I believe this dress is foreshadowing the announcement tomorrow of the Las Vegas show dates, Valentine's Day 2025. However, I don't think there'll just be any regular show dates added, but the announcement of a Rodeo Circus Festival in Las Vegas to take place over the weekend of July 18th, 19th, and 20th that will thematically tie in with Kendrick Lamar's halftime performance and the message of a revolution disguised as entertainment. Now, despite what many of you think, I don't work for Parkwood and I'm not Julius either. I write and edit these videos by myself on my own free time, which has resulted in more all-nighters than I'd like to admit. However, if you want to support me for free, subscribe to my YouTube or follow me on TikTok. And if you want to support even more, you can buy me a cup of coffee at buymeacoffee.com/floorbreakers. Thank you to everyone who has supported me thus far. It truly means the world. Now, let's get into it. Last year on February 14th, 2024, Beyonce wished us Happy Valentine's Day. In this video, edited outside of the Las Vegas hotel Circus, she posted this only a couple of days after her February 11th announcement of 16 carriages and Texas Hold'em. The owner of the Circus in Las Vegas is Phil Ruffin. He also owns the Las Vegas Festival Grounds. This is Beyonce's trademark for Rodeo Circus. That's circus, not circuit, like Rodeo Chitlin Circuit. This is the saying, give them bread and circuses. It comes from the Roman poet Juvenal, who wrote it in his satires around 100 AD. Juvenal was criticizing how Roman leaders kept the population passive by providing free food, bread, and grand entertainment. Circuses, give them bread and circuses. This often took the form of gladiator games in Roman colosseums. By distracting people with spectacle, rulers ensured that the public wouldn't challenge those in power or question the deeper political issues affecting their lives. This ties directly to the idea of spectacle as a tool of control, which filmmaker Jordan Peele explores in Nope. The movie begins with a quote from Nahum 3:6. I will cast abominable filth upon you, make you vile, and make you a spectacle. This brings us to Kendrick Lamar's latest Super Bowl halftime performance at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans, a stadium named after Caesars Entertainment, which is based in Las Vegas. It references ancient Rome. Given that Beyonce and Kendrick often weave deeper meaning into their work, there could be a parallel between the bread and circuses saying as a distraction and artists is using spectacle to actually awaken people instead of pacifying them. Kendrick and Beyonce both using their entertainment to disguise a deeper revolutionary message. The way the governments and media like to use spectacle is to control you through fear instead of liberate you through love. By keeping you scared, they keep you desperate and wanting an escape. The solution is more spectacle, binge-watching TV, flashier ads, spending all your money chasing trends, getting lost in distractions that keep you passive, swiping on social media apps like literal slot machines. Spectacle doesn't have to be this tool of control, though. In the hands of the right people, this spectacle can be a tool of liberation. The key is love, though, not fear. Beyonce hints at this in My House, singing, lend your soul to intuition, renaissance to the new revolution, pick me up even if I fall, let love heal us all. And in the Texas Hold'em teaser where we see the sign 100,000 watts of healing power, suggesting that spectacle and entertainment when used with love and truth can awaken rather than numb. She even foreshadows this in her Ivy Heart collection. We've seen how she used these Ivy Park collections to hint at future projects, the most notable being the Ivy Park Rodeo, foreshadowing the Cowboy Carter era, but also Renaissance because it was the first place we saw the now iconic Renaissance hand symbol. Even further back, the lavender cow print from Ivy Park Rodeo appeared in Black is King in a shot where she is on a horse like she has been throughout Renaissance and Cowboy Carter, but in this picture she is embodying the goddess Hathor, the Egyptian goddess of love and beauty. Right before she goes into singing, the song Bigger is a powerful anthem about purpose, legacy, and spiritual awakening. It speaks to the idea that life is part of something greater than the individual, urging the listener to recognize the divine purpose and connection to the universe. The consistent imagery shows how she's been carefully weaving these themes together long before she officially announces them. Foreshadowing things years in advance is something she has shown us she does over and over and over again. Back to Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show, an interesting synchronicity is that it was the most watched TV event since the 1969 moon landing. And this is Beyonce posing on the moon in the Cowboy Carter vinyl, which I felt like was her replanting the flag on the moon, like replanting the flag on country music, reclaiming its blackness just as America once claimed the moon. Okay, so what have we covered? Beyonce holds the Rodeo Circus trademark. She's pictured outside of Circus in Las Vegas on Valentine's Day 2024. Las Vegas is the city last year where the Super Bowl was, and she announces Cowboy Carter during this Verizon commercial. if she is doing a rodeo circus festival on the Las Vegas festival grounds owned by the same owner of Circus, it could suggest that she is playing with this idea of using Las Vegas, a city built on performance and illusion and escapism, to comment on entertainment as both a tool of control and a means of rebellion. Flipping the script on why people usually go to Las Vegas to escape, what if people had a place to go to Las Vegas where they thought they were just being entertained by a festival or Beyonce's music or whatever, but actually it was a Trojan horse of a message of revolution, instead of the escapism just being escapism and not helping mobilize any kind of movement. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, Jay-Z launched the Made in America Festival in Philadelphia in 2012, but it hasn't been held since 2022. He created it to celebrate music, culture, and diversity, uniting audiences across different genres, hip-hop, rock, pop, R&B, and electronic music, all on one stage. One of the biggest issues in major music festivals has been a lack of diversity, with most lineups historically dominated by white mainstream artists. Jay-Z himself broke barriers when he became the first hip-hop act to headline Glastonbury in the UK. Beyonce made history as the first black woman to headline Coachella in 2018. A shocking fact that raises the question, how did it take so long for a black woman to headline Coachella when there have been so many amazing black female artists for so long? Last year we saw Beyonce's Cowboy Carter truck spotted outside the Coachella Festival and Stagecoach, which is kind of the country music equivalent. A lot of us speculated that this was her foreshadowing that she was going to make an appearance at one of those festivals, but she did not. Could she have been foreshadowing her own festival, one built on diversity, inclusion, and revolution? Given her history of using spectacle to send hidden messages, this could be much more than just another music event. It could be a cultural shift, a statement, and a movement in the city of escapism. I arrived at the date February 14, 2025 for this announcement, so tomorrow, based on everything I've just outlined. But how did I arrive at the July date? I covered this in depth in my last video called The Vegas Video, or The Vegas Breakdown, if you want to watch a very in-depth analysis of this. But here's a short recap. Las Vegas is known as the brightest spot on Earth because the amount of lights in the city. It's the brightest spot that you can see from the International Space Station. Sirius is the brightest star in the sky. Sirius resides in the Canis Major constellation, which Beyonce has a trademark for. Canis Major means greater dog in Latin. The dog days of summer refer to the hottest time of the year, historically linked to the presence of Sirius. In ancient Egypt, the heliacal rising of Sirius marked the end of these scorching days and signaled the annual flooding of the Nile, bringing fertility back to the land. The astronomical event usually occurred in mid-July, around the 18th. Beyonce's pictured on the moon in the Cowboy Carter vinyl. The Apollo 11 moon mission, where we were first sending people to the moon, launched on July 16, 1969. We landed on the moon on July 20th, 1969, and we returned to Earth on July 24th, 1969. So that's two major events, being the Sirius's heliacal rising, as well as the moon landing, that took place over this mid-July time. Many speculated Beyonce would be announcing a Las Vegas residency at the Sphere due to the Verizon commercial. However, I doubted this because a residency is for legacy artists. It's about nostalgia, playing old hits so that fans can relive the past, and that is not something that Beyonce does. Beyonce's career isn't about the past. She's constantly evolving and creating new work. Like on the Renaissance tour, she played the songs from Renaissance, the new songs, and a lot of people were upset by that, but she's not making music to pander to people who like the music of the past. She is making music that resonates with her now. So that is why on Cowboy Carter, she's going to be playing songs from Cowboy Carter, because she is constantly in the present. That's how she has remained relevant for 25 years. Meanwhile, the Backstreet Boys have just announced a mini residency at the Sphere, which the dates are July 11, 12, and 13th, July 18, 19, 20, July 25th, 26, 27. So she couldn't be performing those days on the Sphere. However, she also says in the Verizon commercial, not performing in the Sphere, but on the Sphere.
I thought you meant in the Sphere!
No, on the Sphere!
Still working!
Perhaps the Rodeo Circus Festival would be advertised on the Sphere. I don't know. I don't think she's going to be doing a residency in the Sphere. I want to point out one other thing. The fact that Sirius is the brightest star in the sky, this is where we get Sirius XM satellite radio. She does have all of these country radio Texas trademarks, as well as Radio Texas 100,000 watts of healing power. Perhaps she's going to be announcing a satellite radio station that is going to be on Sirius XM. Anyways, my final thought. If Beyonce is launching a Rodeo Circus Festival in Las Vegas, she might not just be participating in the spectacle, she could be subverting it. We already know that her message and Kendricks are intertwined. I mean, they have this song called Freedom, and that is the root of all of this. It's about freedom, freeing people, freeing your mind, freeing yourself of judgment. It's all about freedom. And at the 2024 Super Bowl, Kendrick performed in the Caesars Palace Coliseum, which is a direct reference to this historical concept of give them bread and circuses so that they don't question their lack of freedom. Now, bringing it all back around to why I believe this picture of Beyonce that she posted celebrating Kelly's birthday is a foreshadowing to this festival is because the dress is extremely significant in Black fashion history. Specifically, it was designed by Patrick Kelly, who was a Black designer from Mississippi. He was the first American and the first Black person to be admitted to the Chambre Syndicale du Pret-a-Porter. Sorry for that pronunciation, but basically it's a very big, famous French fashion school. So, Patrick Kelly was known for using this motif of hearts throughout his work. It was one of his signatures, so it wasn't just this one-off dress. It was what he was known for as a recurring motif. And he was so amazing because he was known for his exuberant, colorful designs referencing pop culture and Black folklore, which is so deep in the South. Again, he's from Mississippi. Black folklore and Black spirituality in the South is so specific to that part of America, and we know that Beyonce is interested in that, especially throughout her themes. In Lemonade, she references this. So Patrick Kelly incorporated his Southern roots, his racial imagery and identity, and expressions of Black joy into his designs. That is why he's so amazing, because of how joyful it is, because how often are Black people not allowed to express joy? So his clients included everyone from Princess Diana, Betty Davis, Grace Jones, and he was just so iconic. Madonna even. And I think that her wearing this dress for people who know who Patrick Kelly is sends such a strong and obvious statement. And it has to do with love. Black joy and love is the thing that will heal the world. And that is, I think, the message that she is sending with this. I mean, she even wore it to her best friend's birthday. That Black joy and love of that long friendship between her and Kelly is the thing that has been such a safe place for her and allowed her to continually be creative and reinvent, to have those people in your life who allow you to be positive and joyful and colorful and loud and accept you in every expression of yourself. So that is why I believe, along with all of my other theories regarding Valentine's Day and the post on Valentine's Day 2024 being outside Circus, and love, let love heal the world, this recurring theme over and over and over again, I think, is spoken to in this dress. So the fact that she posted it on February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day, a year after she posted that Circus post for Valentine's Day, I think it's all significant, and that's why I am in a tailspin getting this video out in the middle of the night to see if my prediction can be right. Could Beyonce be positioning herself not as just another act within the system, the entertainment system, but as the ringmaster, one who is controlling the illusion? Something that she's been doing and topping herself over and over and over again ever since self-titled Redefining Things. She is constantly evolving to redefine systems. By blending rodeo culture with circus theatrics, she could be drawing attention to the way that entertainment is used to pacify the masses, particularly Black artists and their labor. But instead of just playing into it, she could be using it to wake people up. Just like Renaissance and Cowboy Carter reclaim history through music, a rodeo circus could visually and theatrically reframe the modern Coliseum, turning what looks like an entertainment into an opportunity for real education, disruption, and power, and become a Trojan horse, which is something that I have been feeling is a recurring theme of it. With the horses she's using are a Trojan horse. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But I had to put this theory out there just in case any of it comes true, because when I saw that she posted this picture in this dress with the heart on it, and I had already been speculating something was going to come out on Valentine's Day as an announcement, especially given that the original announcement in January was supposed to be on January 14th, which would mean a month later on Valentine's Day, February 14th. I don't know. Or obviously the original announcement got disrupted because of the LA wildfires, so I just feel like Valentine's Day has a lot of significance given everything that I've laid out. So we'll see what happens. If you enjoyed my work and want to support, please visit my Buy Me a Coffee page. I'm on a personal mission to get people to understand and look at Beyonce's work through a deep symbolic lens because it has so much rich, amazing symbolism in it. And an artist like Kendrick Lamar is analyzed on such a broad scale. But people don't do the same with Beyonce, so that's what I'm trying to bring to the table with it, and that's why I started these channels. I work on this after work, through the middle of the night. I am so passionate about this, and I want to build this channel to be something that can sustain me because I still haven't gotten into a lot of what I want to get into. My last video, the Vegas breakdown, I think with researching, writing out my script, putting together all the content and editing, I think it took me over 25 hours to do. So it is quite a bit of work. So I appreciate you watching this, liking this, sharing this, and helping these things get out there. And like I said, if you want to buy me a coffee, that is super appreciated. Thank you to everyone who already has. So that is all I have for you today. If you made it to the end of this video, comment a red heart and a bumblebee. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Love, Lord Breakers.